My name is Karugaba Agnes Twena. My focus is on mental health. Specifically, I want to help people that are going through depression as someone who has struggled with mental health for some time. So my inspiration comes from my personal story. So after university, I went into marriage almost immediately. I had a job, I was working, life was okay. 2 years into marriage, I get pregnant, I have my first child. 8 months later, I find out I was pregnant again. So those were 2 infants I had to take care of. So my husband and I agreed that I leave for more employment so that I focus on the little ones. But life is funny. Just like Joanne was talking about the singles, for me, my problems started from settling very early, honestly. Because of that constant environment, taking care of children, not focusing on my goals, I ended up being depressed because I felt like I was neglecting myself, but there were people that needed me. I had to take care of my family, my children had to thrive, but in turn, I was neglecting myself. So my passion now is to help people lift themselves up, to give them the hope that there is light. You can get up from that darkness of depression, feeling useless, feeling like things are not moving for you. You can lift yourself up and things start to look better. So when I was signing up for this program, honestly, I didn't know what I even wanted to achieve. For me, my goal was to just get out of home, to just have people to associate with, people I can sit down with and talk, because in my darkest days, like, I forgot myself. I used to work out, I used to go to the gym, I was very active. I used to hang out, I had friends, but when I was going through it, I forgot myself. Like, I would sit at home the whole day, doing nothing. I have not achieved anything. The children are here crying for you. Your husband needs this. You have to take care of everyone except yourself. So I realized that I had to get out of it. So when I signed up to this program, for me that was just my goal, to be out there, because actually at some point I'd started getting suicidal thoughts. That's when I knew I had to wake up. That's when I knew that's not how I want my life to end. And I know there are so many people that are going through the same, people that can't even talk about it, people that don't even have the courage to talk about it. So for me, my focus is to counsel people, see a one-on-one conversation, counseling sessions with people that are going through depression, to give them hope and a few tips of how I'm lifting myself up. Thank you.
My niche, I'm looking at encouraging people. The audience which I'm targeting is the young adults and then the parents. For instance, you were once young people, and how did you feel when they isolated you? How did you feel when someone talked to you that you're not enough? When someone referred to you as a boy, and yet you are a girl, how did you feel? And also, as parents, you have your children. You always see them isolated. You always see them grooming, like annoyed. But you've never asked, or maybe if you ask, you don't go on to know what are the steps, how have they reached at that extent. As I was growing up, I was looked at as the ugliest at home. Yes, at home. Actually, not even only at home, but I think the whole clan. So I was referred to as a boy. It hurt me. I felt bad until when I went to secondary. That is when I started loving myself. So I'm looking at those children who are still young and are passing through those things. Like, for instance, when we went for went where? For an outreach. After discussing with the P7 and P6 children, after the session, they came running to me. And they were telling me, you see, I have my friends, they are always telling me I have a big head, and they usually give me different names, and it is hurting me. So when I heard that, I was like, I'm not alone, and this thing actually, it is affecting many of our children. So that is why I'm like, I want to encourage them, and I want to speak to parents to always make sure you stand in for your children. Whenever they come, when they want to, you see them, they want to cry, they are annoyed, try to ask what is happening and try to find out the solutions to that. Thank you.
My name is Chirabo Joy, and I'm an aspiring life coach, and I really love to deal with young mothers. Being a young mother, I believe that there are quite a number of girls that are like me that have ended up in a life like mine, and a lot of them maybe tend to want to give up, or maybe they change their directions to a number of things and tend to lose focus. Maybe they feel like it's the end of life. So being a young mother and having gone through this journey, I feel like I can really help these girls know that that it's not the end of life, that there is a lot that they can actually get to pursue their goals that they had set, maybe, you know, that particular thing that they have always wanted to be. Then also help maybe encourage them throughout the expectation period. Yes, because it's really a lot. It's really a lot. So maybe some of them might end up having thoughts of suicidal thoughts, maybe abortion and stuff. So that's what I would really love to do. And thank you very much, Coach.
My niche is life coach, but I'm specifically talking about anxiety and depression. So we have, we realize there are different causes of anxiety and depression in different age groups. The causes in the youth are different from the causes in the middle-aged and the elderly. So they all have different causes, and the way we approach them is different. But I'm going to talk about the middle age mainly, because for it's some of the causes are natural, like hormonal changes and, you know, transitioning to the midlife crisis. So some of these things are natural, and there's no way you are going to avoid them. So for the middle-aged, I want to create awareness around the midlife crisis, the premenopausal syndrome, the menopause, and the postmenopause. When I talk about premenopause, I mean there are some signs and symptoms you get before you get to menopause. So, and it has been studied that premenopause is starting as early as 35. Yeah. So some people, no, it doesn't mean you will not give birth, but you get the symptoms, but you'll be able to give birth. Though you get the symptoms. So I want to create awareness around these symptoms so that when you get them, you do not get scared and you don't slip into depression and anxiety. Because there are many, you get hot flashes. Have you ever felt like hot suddenly? Then sometimes you feel cold suddenly. Hot flashes, you become irritable. Some people have differences in their periods. Sometimes you miss your periods. The other times you go 3 months non-stop. Then other times you have cramping, you have back pain, joint pain. So I want to create awareness around those areas so that people do not, like, people are aware about them and how to deal with them before they get there. Even you, the young ones, you should be aware that there are some people who get these symptoms earlier, so that when you get them, you do not panic. Because we realize it is causing very many relationships to cripple. Especially when the man is in midlife crisis, the man is having his problems, then you're also having your problems. You become nagging at home, the man is complaining, my wife is very nagging. Yet it is your hormones disturbing you. So basically I'm trying to do that, creating awareness around there. Then for the youth also, they have their own problems, but for them they are basically relationships, then stress from books and stuff like that. Those ones are simpler. But I'm creating awareness around there. Then my other niche is business branding. Yeah, I'm trying to work on my business. Initially, I was a very introverted person, by the way, very introverted. I will always come, sit in my place, just go home like that. I used not to be very social around the area, but now I even joined Rotary in my area, and I was very welcomed. Everyone was happy. I found some of my clients, and I was glad. So they actually, by the time I joined, this is very funny. By the time I joined, they had brought some X-ray machines they wanted to give out. Can you imagine? They wanted to give out to random facilities. And me, here I joined, they're like, we are looking for people to give these things, and where have you been? You see? So now, it has made me realize that networking and socializing is very, very important. So being introverted has no fruits, for sure. It is not, I don't even know whether it's godly. Yeah, so basically, I'm trying to work on that. And I think it's giving positive results for me, yes.
Round of applause.
Coach Molly once shared with us that we should get something that we really, really resonate with. And for me, having gone through that journey, I felt like I have it all, but I'm lacking somewhere, which is the relationship part. You get? So that is what has motivated me to go for the rich single ladies. The rich single ladies go through some unique experiences that not all single ladies go through. Did you know that? Did you know? I asked for the rich single ladies. Now that you know who a rich single lady is, please, do we have any here? Because I want to know if I'm speaking about the problem, am I going to be related with, with anyone here? Do we have any rich single lady here? You are. Okay, that is. Yes, we have unique problems. We have, I'm going to mention some of them. We have unique problems that, or even experiences, not only in the dating life. The dating life is just the biggest section because it's really the name single, so it's more of the dating section. But different experiences in the lives, even if it's in the business section, even if it's financial management, all those different sectors, the rich single ladies still go through every other, but the biggest one is the dating. So, some of the problems, actually the biggest problems, we have very, very many problems. Unique, because there are those that we share with the normal single ladies. I don't know if that is offensive or something, but there are those that are not rich. For them, God, those are not our problems. So the first problem, first of all, you have very few dating options. Did you know? We have very few dating options. Why? Because we are so busy with our work, probably very invested. Most of these ladies are entrepreneurs, high rank executive ladies, these ladies who maybe have inherited their family property. Like, they have a lot of things to handle. So they don't move, they're not out there to be exposed and have dating options. So when you're rich, you're usually concentrated more on financial side. You water more your financial side, and you're not exposed to this dating life. So you find that you have limited dating options, and it gets you frustrated. Then just in relation to that, and not only with the dating option, but even when you get options, then you kind of like despise them. There's a way you feel like these people, you're too good for these people. Why? Because you have kind of exposure. Like, you've grown up probably with, you're now exposed to money, you love good things. So therefore, you also want a good man. An extremely good man. And sometimes those are not the men that actually come about. And they're not good and rich. Good and right. So sometimes when they come, you have, is it called despising? Like, there's a way you despise now the options. Remember, the options are few, but now when they come, you're also despising them. So it's also a big problem. I'm just going to list them a bit. Okay, the biggest problem that for me I resonated with so much and I want to help very many ladies with is the problem of postponing your goals and dreams, passions, you know, postponing your talents postponing your goals because you want to wait for the man. You have your money. First of all, the rich single woman already has her money. She already has her savings. She wants to invest. But, she's just there taking her time because she's waiting for a man for her to build her apartments, for her to build her rentals, for her to do some kind of big investment. She feels like I am not woman enough to do this. Or maybe I will be called a Nachayon Bekede because I will be called a Nachayon Bekede because I am... because I have structural assets, yes. So that's the biggest problem. There's a way we feel like as if being single is chirade. It's like as if it's a problem. So that's what I want to solve. I want us women to feel like it is only, being single is just actually a journey. And it is something that we're supposed to thrive independently. No matter oba ina omusajja, oba toina, still you can be someone who is reputable, someone who can do something significant in your life, someone who can be themselves. Omusajja akusange nga oba wemaliride. You can still make radical decisions in your life with or without the man. Tekitegeeza nti ki? Tekitegeeza nti omusajja tetumwetaaga. There are very many advantages of being single. Very, very many. They are very good, but that doesn't mean that it's a problem or it is something we're supposed to settle in. We're not supposed to get satisfied with the being single, yeah? But when you are and you're experiencing it, because being single is actually either a choice or a circumstance. Some people choose to be single. You say, you know what, I want to first set my boundaries, I want to first get on with my goals, I want to first achieve this and that. That's by choice. And then there's also being single by circumstance. Maybe you've lost a loved one, very sad, but it happens. You can find yourself single because you've lost someone, and then you can also be single because maybe you've gone through a heartbreak, maybe you were in a toxic relationship. So being single is not a problem. Okay, yes. So to finalize, my role here is for us to empower each other. For us to, as rich single women, we're supposed to empower each other. We're supposed to feel like we're supposed to drive each other to greatness. We're supposed to help ourselves. I'm supposed to help you realize what best you can become or what best you can focus on such that you can thrive independently. And then with time, all these other problems that are there stressing you, over you're lonely, over what, they will really fade away. And even God, in that period, that's the best period when he gives you the right person because you're already on the move. Yes, a good person who suits you. Coach Hilda, something to add on some few minutes. I will give a conclusion that you people, is that okay? I'm speaking that from experience. When you deliberately move out that you people, you will not find that man. And surprising enough, when you're doing your own things, or class, or you're doing your business, you will jakusanga. That is very true. I've interacted with very many people. I have spoken to very many people, and it's the same story. So I encourage all of us to pursue what we have to do. Let us independently thrive such that we can get the right partners and also be better people while we have the right partners for us. Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm Claire Omute Sahewa. Do we have mothers in the house? Do you want to be mothers? I have worked with children for the past 8 years, and I have worked with mothers, definitely. And for sure, I know that a happy mother makes a happy husband and makes a happy home and a happy community at large. So we have a period when we get expectant and we give birth and everyone comes to the hospital and they're telling us, wow, you have a band of joy, congratulations, flowers and everything. And we get home. And after 1 week, the bundle of joy is starting to bundle around. You don't know what to do. The child has colics, they are crying. You don't know, your husband thinks you should be okay because you carried the child. You know what to do. You're a woman. You should figure out what to do. And here you are. You don't know why the child is crying. Your first time mother. Actually, you've not seen what happens. You don't know. You're just carrying a child and you're excited to be a mother, but you don't know. There is no book anywhere. There is no prescription or manual to this whole thing. So, but you want to be a good marriage material, so you keep quiet and slowly you slide into depression. You see, you don't know what to do. Sometimes we don't even know how to change diapers. And you have to go back to work after 3 months. And I have seen mothers who are very good people come back nagging and complaining about everything. But then I learned, at first I was taking offense. And then later I learned that actually there is a hurting voice behind this complaining. And I'll tell them, sit down, let's talk. Like, what's the problem? Apart from your child falling down, because your child falls at home. Why are you making it a fuss at school? So, and they will tell you, no, my husband doesn't help. He just leaves money. He just leaves everything. So I understood that most mothers out there are not understood. They're not heard. We're expected to be experts. Because how do you carry a child for 9 months and you can't know what to do? So I sat back, and in my space of work, I can't do it alone. So I have a team that I am thinking about, or I will be working with, to make sure these mothers actually have the knowledge. So we are taking the time off to make the research, and we are actually doing it to make sure that you have a peaceful night, you have your child growing up very well, because guess what? We shall take care of you when you're in the hospital, and if you want, we take you to our center, and we take care of you for 2 to 3 weeks, taking you through how you're going to take care of your child, taking you through how you should take care of yourself, have the food to eat, give you the nutrition, give you the comfort that you need, and we'll take care of the baby. We'll bring your baby to bond and to breastfeed, but we shall take care of the baby. Have the good night's sleep. We shall do that for you. And after the 3 months when you have to go back to work, bring your child to our daycare, because we shall give the best services. You'll come back to work. You'll be at work. Do you need to pump and leave the milk behind? We have the best facilities to take care of that. And we shall, because we know the nutrition and we have taken enough time to actually research this, we shall make sure your baby is healthy. Mother, you need to have the bundle of joy. We need to have a happy husband at home. We need to have your children feeling the vibe and the love that you have to give. We need you bouncing back to ministry in church. We need you as a healthy worker and a good parent when you're taking your child at any daycare. We are not saying bring all the children to our daycare, even the neighborhood, but be a better mother. Friends, we are Mary Joy Center, and we're here to take care of your needs. Thank you.
We speak to people, they interpret it according to what you're giving to them. So if we lack the emotional connection, you can lose us. You get it? We can like you as a person, continue watching you as a person, but the emotional connection that you can make me feel the pain of someone who is HIV positive when I'm not HIV positive. You get it? Eh? So now, what you lack are the vivid words and experiences that trigger that emotional touch for me to be able to understand you. You get it? For example, when you talk about being called a boy, you could explore more emotions of how that made you feel. You get it? And we would have a picture of a girl in a corner somewhere, like that has been rejected, and you just feel like, even if I'm not connected to your story, I just see my daughter in that place. You get it? So even if I don't get the connection, I should see someone I love facing that, and I will detest that. Because when you pitch, you are pitching to people that can either inject money, or number two, can either invite you to speak at their company, or can either invite you to be an activist for that particular thing that you're talking about, because what we want is to create the difference, but what we want also is to be able to make the money while we create the difference. You get it? So now to hit those two sides, you have to be able to trigger me. You have to be able to trigger me, so that if I'm in the house and I'm a principal, I want you to come and speak to my students. If I ever have a parents meeting, I would want you to come and talk to those parents, because chances are I have been talking about these things, but people have not been understanding, and now I have an expert who understands exactly. It should be like someone is watching a movie. When you were watching, when you were talking about children, I think someone could watch a mother that doesn't know what to do. It's like, it feels like it's not just listening, but you are watching the play go on. You get it? You have the right words, you have a very good cause, you have a very impactful cause, but you just need to touch the emotions and be able to trigger the response that you actually need. Pitching is about triggering a response. Okay? So when I don't know, some of you have seen the Shark Tanks program, where someone comes and pitches their business, and sometimes they will even abuse the business. They'll be like, you know, you're here wasting our time. We have better things to do. And someone comes and pitches chai mokalu ngalimu ebirungu, and they will want to invest. They'll be like, you know, no, I think I'm investing. What are the calculations of the profits? Where do we see ourselves in 1 year? Ngoli afumba chai mokalu ngalimu mujaja nechisu ngagwazo kupichinga. Nenga someone has come with a very good program of hair products, nenga tamanyi how to even pitch their hair products. And yet it would have been a more lucrative investment if she knew exactly what to do. So you see, our words, they either sell us or they detach the value that we want to actually be making. I know our time is fast spent. Do not hesitate to come to my inbox. I do not grant you, otherwise we would have been in a bigger space. I do not easily grant access to anyone, especially to come to me. I keep away as much as possible. But for me, I know that this is ministry and this is my heart, to be able to equip leaders and to equip people that are going to create empires and help other people. So if you have been given access to this place, use it, maximize it. Come to my inbox. Don't say, Ate, this one sounds foolish. Ate, this one sounds like I'm asking a lot. Please do not hesitate. I am here for you. And by the way, it's possible it's not an issue about mentorship, and it's an issue about your personal life. You realize that you are one and the same. So whatever is affecting you emotionally is affecting your performance, even in the brand building. So I am concerned about your marriage. I am concerned about your relationship. I am concerned about your welfare as a human being. So don't just keep quiet and you just die with frustration. Come, let's speak, okay? Okay, love you guys.